Welcome back. So, I have been working and not recording for a long time now. But when I'm doing it on my Steam Deck, I just realize it's basically it's just not viable to record it. So, I'm gonna try to kind of catch you guys up a little bit. But essentially, we have teched up past plastic. Um, we have oil production running. We're on fuel oil power now, with a massive amount of power. This is the factory, the main big factory floor that you remember and love. You can see that there's some stuff in the middle now. You can see our power is way higher than it used to be, 8,400. Um, and this is what I've decided is this is our factory with the big rock right here. You may remember. Um, this is going to be layered. So this layer is going to be everything. It's going to produce literally everything that is made in an assembler. So we've already got that going. So we've got everything that's made in an assembler being produced here. Then one floor up is going to be a logistics floor. So we're going to have all the tubes basically go up. Um, all the tubes are going to go up to this floor, and they're going to be arranged nicely here. So everything's going to be a little bit of a spaghetti nightmare. Oops. It's going to be a little bit of a spaghetti nightmare on this floor, but the idea is that the next floor, the one that uses the constructor, because we now have access to, or the manufacturer, right? Everything that's on the next floor up there with the manufacturer level is going to be nicely organized. So it's just going to be one tube going up, and it's going to be iron plate, iron rod, screw, and so on and so forth. So that's kind of the plan. Oh, this is a bad idea. How do I get down? Oh, I remember I was getting down by just going like this. Boop. Um, and then that's why there was a hole in the ceiling earlier. Okay, so that's the idea. That's the plan. We actually did some really clever things while we were teching up to plastic and past plastic. Um, we actually did a bunch of things where we used these fix-it coupons, and just like in order to get past a certain level of like sulfur, um, or particular, actually it was mostly quartz. To get past a certain level of quartz, I just bought it. And I'd never done that before, and it was really, really cool. So we just like bought a bunch of quartz crystal, and then I like just bought a bunch of this, and I bought a bunch of this and this, just to like get us through and get us past, because we still can't find quartz out there. I don't know if I have the footage of it, but I have spent hours and hours and hours circling this stupid mountain. Um, this mountain over here-ish. Yeah, in this area, looking for the fucking quartz. And there's quartz all up in this mountain. I can't figure out how to get under it. So I'm basically, I want to wait until I have the hover pack to do more exploring of it. So we're close. All we need is these. Actually, I don't even think we need to do these. We need to do phase 3 of the, we need to do these, um, in order to unlock the next tier. The next tier has the hover pack, not the jetpack, the hover pack. So another thing is that we've put trains into production. We're not like converted fully over to trains yet. Right now, the trains only do two things. They bring oil, and they bring sulfur to here. So we've got a train, and it goes two places. It goes to sulfur, and then it goes to oil. It brings the oil down to here and fills those big tanks. We've got big tanks holding the oil, and then we've got manufacturing from the tanks, plastic and rubber and such, and also gunpowder products. And then we've got sulfur coming from there, also going into gunpowder and gunpowder accessory type stuff. We now have a gun. We haven't gone out and used this yet. This is a brand new thing. We finally have a gun. We have a ability to make a gun and ability to make ammo in a like repeatable, reliable fashion. So yeah, train is awesome. I really like the train. It's not just cool for like, oh, I probably shouldn't do this, but when I'm making the train, I could just like walk across it as I'm making it, and that's kind of nice. One crazy thing I did was to get over to our place where we do oil. When I made our way there, I just made it via, you'll see, I'm gonna go not super fast. You could see that there's like not a path under this. I just walked along the hypertube as I was making it. That's an insane way to do things. Yeah. But you can see that now that we have a Um, we have a train coming here to get oil, just from one node. The other nodes here are all you can see producing just shit tons of energy. Just all the energy. There's like 4 oil nodes in this area, and they're all just in straight up fuel production. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna keep working. Right now, my biggest thing is I'm gonna be making the second layer. This is, it used to be pretty, I should probably bring this stuff back, or I'll just shove it in here. Oh no, that's right. This only produces, or this only takes fuel. So you can see, totally hands-free. I'm gonna let this just run, but it brings oil over into the second car there. And I think it's more than keeping up with the production. I'm not sure. I have to let it run for a while, and then I'll see. Yeah, little guy. Yeah. So I'll be working out. I'll be pausing. I'll be mostly silent. But the main thing is I want to start building the second layer so that we can make these last couple parts for the space elevator, so that we can unlock the Hummer Pack. That's kind of our next thing. And then, like, because I could just spend some time working on the infrastructure of like making everything trains. Look at all that fuel, oil, power. Love it. Like, I could work on that, but honestly, it's kind of like this is working and it's not bothering me yet. But I definitely, at some point, I'm gonna make the giant sushi belt of Doom. It's not a belt, it's gonna be trains. But that's how it's gonna be. So you can see that it goes just 2 places. It goes first it goes home, and then it goes to oil, and then it goes to sulfur and then oil, and then home, and then it goes sulfur, oil, home, and just like that. So you'll see it should be unloading both of them now. Yeah, it's unloading both. So that's pretty cool. It works really well. I like it a lot. You can't interact with it while it's working. Hopefully it's actually doing that. Did we break the sulfur? Yeah, there's sulfur. Why did you not take it? Oh, it's full. Well, why is it not transferring it? Oh, it is. Okay, yeah, so it's over full, and that's fine. That's like, it's an inefficiency, but we'll work on that later, basically. As long as it's overfilling. Yeah. Yep. It's alright, little guy. Another thing is that this truck is now no longer running on coal, it's running on coke. On petroleum coke, which is a byproduct of oil production. So that's kind of cool. Yeah. That was a change I made. Eventually, we'll have like no more trucks anywhere. We'll just be running on trains, because trains use nothing but electricity. So this thing's making black powder, and there's another one making smokeless powder, and that's good. Alright, what I was going to say before is that I'm doing smokeless powder and gunpowder, or smokeless powder and black powder, because one makes gun, like ammo, and the other makes noblesques, and these are awesome. They're not as good for combat as you'd think, but they're great. They're great for 2 reasons. First of all, they mean that I don't have to carry my chainsaw anymore. I don't even know where I'd find some foliage to blow up. Oh yeah, here we go. Cacti over here. Also, I found out a cool little hack. If you go from one floor hole to another floor hole, you don't have to like put 2 lifts together, so you could just go straight up. So that's nice. So instead of needing to do this with chainsaw, I can now do that. So I made some pretty cool, elegant blueprint designs. Actually, I made this one really cool, something that I'm kind of proud of. It takes a 120 iron ore, and it you can see the stacks here, and it outputs rotors from it, and it outputs rotors at 12 a minute. So you can see that this guy is feeding actually 2 of these, because there's one and then there's a second one up there, and it's very elegant. It fits perfectly inside a blueprint maker, a Mark 1 blueprint maker. Something really interesting I found also is that this, if you try and make this like right here, it won't fit, but if you attach it to a merger or a splitter or something, it like makes it skinnier, and so it fits inside of the blueprint maker blueprint, and it's so cool. So yeah, and the whole thing is like, it looks like it's proper. It's kind of hard to go see the whole thing because oh yeah, I did put in some stairs. So there's a master input. Go up to the top level of the first one. And of course these are all yellow. Why are they all yellow? Screws? No, rods. Ah, jeez. I thought it's balanced, but might not be. That really sucks. But yep, it puts out rotors, so we don't have rotor problems anymore. And then you can see that's from the upper level, and it just goes down, and it makes rotors. Makes rotors pretty well. So that's cool. And I have 4 of these total in the production line. So like this one's feeding 2. This iron node is feeding 2. This is where the concrete. This was just concrete a while ago, and now I'm utilizing these iron nodes to make rotors. Just rotors, you know. We got the smart splitters, so we can put, like, when we have a belt going up to the top, we can have like 5 different things going into it if we need to. Like this one has like rotors, but it also has a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, you can see smart plating, and that's going straight up. So pretty cool. All of these factories now are like super just gross and inelegant in my mind, but nothing. Here's the thing: it is turning into spaghetti again, but no spaghetti is ever clipping through any other spaghetti. And the idea sort of is like that we have these nasty underbellies, and then we have clean places for us to work. So that's the general idea. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go up there, get the constructor, get my first constructor up. It's the other elevator. And see what we need for modular engines and adaptive control units. So for modular engines, we need motors, rubber, and smart plates. So what we're going to do over here is we're going to bring... If I had quartz, we'd be using signs, but the signs require quartz, so I can't just buy quartz for signs. It's not okay. Are these lined up? Yeah, they do line up. Okay, good. I also need to put in... I think I put in pillars already for this. I did not. Okay, that's first then. We can't be building this without there being supports. And there's another thing. This is kind of cool, is that you can put this in, and it like looks way more legit. Yeah, looks way more legit like that. So with the big bolts on the bottom of it, pretty cool. So we'll put in a couple pillars. Oh, and then these systems, I don't know if I explained this already in a video, but these are pretty cool. So this is like the input, so you can see screws, rods, plates. So the smart splitter here splits them. And then at every single splitter, look, we've maxed out our screws. We're completely full. All of our screw storage is full. So what do? If we didn't do this, if we didn't have a way of dealing with this, the screws would get jacked up, and then the flow would stop. So every single one of these has a smart splitter that puts the overflow somewhere. The overflow goes straight into a sink. So we've got the overflow from the screws. We've got the overflow from the plates, because we're full on plates too. I don't think rods. Rods, are you guys full? Are you guys overflowing? Yeah, cool. And so it all just goes into a sink. And the sink is lovely. So once you have 3 double crates full, I feel like that's enough, you know. Oh, are we full of smart plates? We're almost full of smart plates. That's kind of nice. But yeah, on this floor is produced every single thing that's done in a constructor or a assembler on this floor, and then we're just gonna make another floor up. So yep, so this guy is, and it's not, the whole thing, again, it's not efficient. I wish it was. I'm still sort of playing in some ways. It's okay, little guy. One moment. In some ways, I'm still playing like I am just going to leave it on all night. But at the same time, like this one, I am making this. I'm making more than this. If I wanted to make these faster than 5 a minute, then I'd say that we need to readjust some things. But I'm making modular frames at 2.5. I'm sure I am. I'm making steel beams at more than 30. I know I am. So like that, that's not like a super big problem to me. That I need to fix later. I figure that like the minimum is keeping it so that this is always like producing, so that this is always full. If that's always full, then you're doing good enough. You know, the idea is to make everything. It's not necessarily to make. I want to make 500 million motors a minute. Although I did really up the motor production because a lot of the tech requires motors. A lot of the later tech requires motors too, so I knew that I was going to have to up it. So we have pretty good motor production now, and that was one of the things that led to me making hella rotor production, because you need rotors and stators to make motors. And so you can see we got hella rotor production. So we're actually blocked up by the stator right now, and that's kind of tough just because the stators are, again, this is why I'm not too upset about this. See, the stators are they being jacked up by the pipe? Really? Huh. I think we got too many things pulling from pipe. I think we got too many things asking for pipe. So we need to up the pipe production. That will be made better once I go to coal. I go make train over to coal, and then I take coal power offline, and then I just make coal. Coal is now just steel production, essentially. So I would find a place where coal and iron are close to each other, and I'd make a new factory there that would just be in charge of making steel, and then the train would stop by and bring back the steel. Or what another thing that can happen, and I did find this out about the trains, you can program them to only unload coal at this station. So the train could go from one place to another, from coal to iron, drop off the coal at the iron place, and pick up steel that it's making. And that's kind of the idea. That's the general idea here. So, but for now, I just need to tech up to the hover pack so that I can do exploring, because there's some seriously key pieces of engineering that are missing from the kit that are locked behind. Well, I'll show you. So like Is it this one? No, it's under sulfur. So like this whole thing, which leads to turbo fuel, which is our next like power. That's turbo fuel, and then this is like jet fuel or something. Um, this is all locked behind me having a hard drive, and I've been running around with all the places I've explored with a yeah with a scanner out, and I never see a hard drive. So I need hard drives, and so I need to go do some exploring, and I don't want to do exploring without the hover pack anymore. I want my new exploring to just be I make power out there. I just string together, one power pole to one power pole, one power pole, one power pole, and just fly. The other thing that is blocked behind that is this, the dimensional depot. Never mind, it's the Sam, but we'll find Sam when we're out there. Um, yeah, the dimensional depot is also going to be huge for doing more extended search. Um, because I can have concrete and wire and cable and stuff going into my inventory from home, and that will want to say hi? Say hi. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah. 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 Okay. Yeah. You want to say hi? Okay. Oh, baby noises. Okay. Yep. So that's our next step is just get the constructors going and get this phase 3 done so that I can get the hover pack going. So yeah, like I said, it'll be pausing, starting, stopping. I'm gonna try and stay up to date on the recordings and stuff, but there's like a lot of hours of missing. Yeah, there's like from like I want to say from like 20. So there's like 15 hours of gameplay missing. I haven't died once, which is it's hard for me to like prove. It's hard for you to believe me, but I've just been a lot more careful running around. I don't go places as much anymore. I like go there once, and then I take hypertube here and there. Um, and so that really helps and cuts down on the like risky walking around and trying to do boot scooting places. I just hang out in my factory, and my factory is a safe space. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna put you down. Okay, you tell me that doesn't look good. Damn. That is fine. That is a good looking factory right there. This is a damn good looking factory. And then yeah, we just put the manufacturer right here. We line it up. Line it up real good. I think if we do this like this, we can just get away with no belt. Oh, looks like it's connected. Oh, I mean, look at that. Look, that's so clean. Love it. It's like I didn't build it. Here's where we have some trouble though. I'm okay with this instance of power lines going through floors because there's like a wall connector, and I thought it would come with a floor connector. So for example, if you have a wall, you can do one of these. And then you can have power go to it. And then you got power coming off the other side too. That's cool. But what I want is for that to be the case for the ground too. But they don't have that. Or at least I don't know. Okay, and you're making modular engines. And you got everything you need. Nice! And I don't know if modular engines makes anything. But we're just gonna put in our usual storage solution here. Oh, missing us. Okay, well, we're just gonna put in one storage then. And you don't make them very fast, yeah. So Mark 1 is fine. Okay. So that will take 2 hours. 125 minutes, as long as it's being... I don't think we're gonna have any trouble with getting these products, yeah. I think these are all gonna be fine. In fact, it's got enough to make just without getting anything to it. See, this is what I wanted to avoid. I didn't want to manually just because I had this down there and I was just manually loading stuff into it from my inventory. I'm like, see, that's not in the spirit of this challenge, you know. Because that feels like sort of like manual crafting almost. So I've decided I'm not going to do that either. I'm not going to do you know, run this to that, just as part of my normal production. There's times where I've done it in the past, but I'm not gonna do it anymore. Okay, so that's the first one, and then the adaptive power unit is the other one that I need, and that is, these automated wirings and circuit boards and heavy module. Holy crap. Okay, so this is actually going to be a secondary one, so I need to make one for heavy modular frames first. So first, one for heavy modular frames, which is modular frame, steel pipe, case, steel beam, and screws. Oh, that's so much steel. That's so much steel pipe. Damn. Okay, that's fine. That one's not going to be efficient. So that one will go... Let's just... Can I, like... I can't put that in my to-do, can I? Okay, fine. No recipes? Build menu or the codex. Can I pin this? You can see I had this going for a while. And it was fed by belts, so, but I didn't like... I came up with this idea, so... Okay, I guess I'll just put it in a note. So we need Mod frame, we need pipe, we need concrete beam, and we need screws. Okay. And that'll help me stay organized as I'm going down here. So, mod frames are like the first one here. Yep. Oops. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Oh well. Okay, mod frame. Pipe. Oh, pipe. Pipe's gonna be so rough. See how many things, let's just see how many things are pulling from pipe. So pipe gets up here. It immediately gets one pull. Where's pipe going? Pipe's going center, okay. And then that's, okay, that's fine. But this is actually a clever little thing I made too. This is a splitter off of pipe. Yeah. And so it's splitting off. I guess that's one split off of it, but that's not actually splitting anything off. Come on. See, this is one of the reasons why I need the hover pack. Going around inside this beast is kind of getting difficult. Okay, so we've got once, I guess that's just the main split off from production. So half of production goes out this way, and then 1 and 2. That's actually not so bad. That could be way worse. But the thing is that I need to be carrying pipe too, so I don't want to just pull from here. So, I will pull from back here. I'll pull from this one. So that's one. I need to make sure I remove this hole because I'll think that it's... Oh, I didn't make a hole there. Okay, so that's pipe, concrete beam, which is another one of our sort of problem children that I would love to be making better use of. I just know where everything is in this place. So this is concrete beam. I also don't want to be pulling off of that one, so we're just going to pull from here. This is sort of a more elegant, it's a less elegant, but more convenient and faster to put into place method. This is, I need steel. I need steel. This is one of the reasons why I don't want to pull from the main one. There's some stuff like modular frames. I don't even be carrying modular frames, but I do need to be carrying steel. Steel's over here. So I want to leave that full one of pipe there. Because pipe, or beam, is how you make, you don't need to be here. Beam is how you make the Mark III conveyor belts, which are kind of my conveyor belt of choice. Okay, so, then what we can do is to just kind of prime the pump here. Well, this sort of works. But the thing is that that's not a very long, it's not going to prime the pump very well. We'll have to come back later to do that better. Okay. And then screws. Screws are over here in ironworks. There's a convenient splitter off the front of this. Cool. That is a splitter, right? Yeah. Hole in the roof. Grab one of these. connect it up real nice. See how much skinnier it is than that? It's nice. And it's primed. Cool. Okay, that's all of them. Now we just go do some spaghetti, some spaghetti on our logistics floor, I guess I'm gonna call it. So we have one hole there, one hole here. One, two, three, four. So I'm guessing, yeah, we can put it over here, I suppose. Yeah. Oh, and that's my lift. Alright. So, where was I? Okay, so here, and there, and there, and there. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do it in this corner. Plate's missing. That's unfortunate. Okay, so the constructor, yeah, it'll go like right here. This one needs all four. I think that lines up. Yeah, good enough. Cool, so you just gonna skate along the ground here. Why it says it's clipping. Yeah, it ain't clipping shit, dude. Beautiful. Your screws, yeah, you definitely need to be going fast. I want to avoid things clipping across the ground as like the standard, so we're going to like, yeah. Got a better idea. So line it up with that line, and then line it up with this line. Seriously? Straight lines, okay. works. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good looking right there. So do the higher one. Well, let's see. If I remember, the higher one goes just like that. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Sometimes the default looks a little better, a little cleaner. But okay. I think that's the right height. Straight. Yeah. Yes. 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 That one's not as perfect as it could be. Just gotta remember to nudge it over a little bit next time. Okay, and then where's the last hole? Where's the last hole? Okay. How do we get it over here? Guess we'll just have to cross. We'll just do a 2 high. One of these. Want to be able to walk around as much as possible. That's the idea. Iron plate. Okay, time to go. Into the hole! Iron products are over here. And plate is the first one. Plate. Always need more plate. How's my concrete doing? Yeah, we got a stack. Change. Boop. And down to the mezzanine, if you will. It's not really a mezzanine. It's really more of a utility closet. That's acceptable. Actually, you know what? I don't need to stack it. I just need to make sure it's like... like that, yeah. The regular stacking pole works fine. Okay, I think that we want to be like here. Okay, I think that's all of our parts. Nice thing about this is that it may list them in a certain order, the ingredients that you need, but you don't need to put them in that order. Any input can go to input. In fact, if you're really clever, they could all go to one input, as long as there's room to store it in the machine. But that's a little wild. We're not ready for that. And I don't think that's really a wise thing to do unless you have like super even inputs. It's probably just like unwise. God, this looks so good. I really like how this thing's looking. And you are making heavy modular frames. I thought I powered you. Okay, you're not getting beams. You're not beams. You're not anything, apparently. Yeah, you're also not anything. What's going on down there? Screws are coming in. Frames are coming in. Pipes are coming in. You are the culprit. Is it just that there aren't any? Yeah, this might be our problem here. And this is like a good way to prime the pump here. Just be careful because you can really screw yourself this way. Get something clogged in there that doesn't belong. Just reset. This will just make it so that half of what was in there goes up. Like one time. This is where I need the damn, the hover pack. Let's drop a ladder here. Looks like you're making something now. Oh yeah. It's all coming together. Now this is gonna suck because I need these for other things. There. So like the next part requires these, so it's gonna be lined up like that. Is it this thing? Heavy oh, fuck. God, you're a greedy bitch, aren't you? Okay. You want computers. Yeah, I need more motors in my pocket. Oh, and motors are right here. I kind of like that system. I know it's the fairly jank, but kind of like it. Okay, so next is computers, and we really do need to put that here. How bad is that going to be down there? That's doable. And what do you want for Christmas, little Jimmy? Circuit boards, cables, and plastic. I think that's going to be alright, because I think we're over here by rubber. Circuit boards? Oh, okay. pretty slick. Circuit boards. It's one of the last things I... Oh, it's right here. Nice. I'd really like to split off this thing instead of... Okay, this was totally unintentional, but this works out so beautifully. So basically, I need circuit boards, and I already made the circuit boards come in this input, and now look how nice this is. I mean, that is so damn classy right here. That is so nice. And then the computers. I'm gonna need computers for other stuff, so I am gonna have to do this. Only half the computers are going into there. Then the automated wiring can come up from below. Yep. At the same time, I think I need 50 of these. Don't I need 50 of these or something? I'll figure it out. That's acceptable. Okay, what's next? So we're making these. Okay. Something else that needs circuit boards. That's a little frustrating. And then I can't make these because I don't have quartz yet. Let's see how this is progressing. So it's been running for half an hour at peak efficiency, which is not running at peak efficiency, unfortunately. Hey, we're at 536 of those. That's really good. You must be getting everything you need. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, and now we're making these. That's what I'm talking about. See how much tighter I can make it? Yeah. I don't like exploiting stuff like that, but I'm definitely gonna do it. I'd rather they just like let me, you know, play the game. But Okay, and that's like pretty much everything that I can make at this point. I'm learning my lesson about leaving room for splitters. Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. Made one high-speed connector. We're about halfway on that. We're almost done on the advanced frames. We're not even close on the adaptive, whatever these are called, adaptive control units, but we're 1/5. Actually, that's not that bad. Yeah, and it's kind of like that's our second layer sorted for now. It's probably important for me to check out what we need. Yeah, it's probably important for me to see what we need for this research right here. Yeah, that's what we needed the 50 for, but I mean, I could do those too. That's easy. I could even do some of this, but not all of it. And I don't think you need, I don't know, hold on. Let me Google that. Okay, that's a little frustrating. I don't think I need to unlock these two things in order to get phase 7. And it's a good thing too because I'm going to need a shit ton of those frames and computers and stuff in order to unlock the hover pack. I need aluminum. I need to be able to do aluminum. So I need to tech all the way into aluminum. And then it's such a pain. It's such a pain. Well, let's see. The hover pack, how much? You know, I might be able to get away with buying the aluminum. Like aluclad aluminum sheet. Awesome shop, yeah. Nice. I'm guessing that it opens up as soon as you have. I assume that as soon as you. When does it open on the Awesome Sauce store, whatever it's called? I'm sure it's as soon as you research into aluminum. And that is important. That I have to do that part first. But I don't have to go get aluminum. I could buy aluminum. Probably. Let's see. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. How about this? Equipment parts. Here we go. Parts. Aluclad. Ooh, those, oh, interesting. Okay. Where's. There we go. Aluclad aluminum sheet. Where do I. How do you unlock that in? Parts can be purchased more than once. Grants items. Order for a selected item to become available. Recipe yes unlocked. Okay, so I do have to tech into aluminum first. I can't skip it. So I have to do tier 7 number 1, which requires 100 computers, 100 heavy frames, 250 motors, and rubber. And then I have to tech into hover pack, which is Aluclad sheet, which will buy heavy modular 100 frames, 100 computers, and 250 motors. So it's expensive, but we can do it without actually getting aluminum like up and going. And I like that because I want to be able to fly like now. I want flying now. I'm so sick of walking. So that's what we're gonna do next. And this is kind of the part where I would just leave it on for like weeks. Just so I had a million computers and such. What is this? Yeah, where did that come from? That's weird. So I'm not gonna open these because I need these and I need these. Um, this is useful, but we'll have time to do that later. Yep. And I guess until then, what I should start doing is building the train. Building the train out more. So yeah. I'm gonna pause it. Yeah, probably gonna call it a day there, actually. Part of the thing is that, like, if I don't want to set up all of the, um, if I don't want to set up all of the stuff for recording, it's a little easier to, like, I need to put hours in the game just so that I can, like, I can let my production produce. So, um, we can make a jetpack, and we can package fuel, and that could work, but at the same time, I really see, you know, that's probably a good idea. I'm gonna make a jetpack. Because there's sometimes I just want to go up. The problem is gonna happen when oh, you can use biofuel for that? That's wild. Seriously? Oh, that sucks so bad. That really sucks. I guess I'm just used to rocket fuel. Rocket fuel is amazing. Yeah, put that away. As you can see some of the stuff I bought, like I bought 100 of these, and I bought like 100 of these just to do some tech unlocking stuff. So, yep, that's how it goes. I need those. I need these things. I need these hard drives. And I'd really love to be able to tech into this, because this is the holy grail of um oh, I can now that I've got manufacturers up and going. My high-speed connectors, maybe it's made 10 of them so far. I doubt it, but forget which one was high-speed connectors. It's this second one right here. Nope, that's computers. Are you high-speed connectors? Are you high-speed connectors? Yes, you are. What do you need? Circuit boards? Yeah, don't we all? It's interesting that we don't need any AI limiters. If we need, yeah, it's interesting that we don't need that. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day there. Well, I really should get this going so I don't forget. Oh, you've got plenty. Okay. 3 a minute, so it'll take a little while, but we'll be able to unlock homing ammo. But then, I mean, homing ammo, you need these high-speed connectors in order to make homing ammo. It's a very, very expensive recipe. And I've decided that, like, when I make homing ammo, I'm gonna need an assembler to make it, but I'm not gonna put the assembler back down there. I'm just gonna keep it up here because it requires a component from this level, so it will get manufactured up here. Yep. Well, we're out of concrete. That's a good place to end it. Yeah, we're gonna call it right there. Actually, we'll just go up here so that we can remember what we're doing. All right. Thanks for coming along.